Yeah, we actually received a full rating increase to AA+. Huge, yeah, huge. Yeah, very, very, very positive, highest rating the city's ever had, so. It was good. We had a great week.
There's the mayor, him and the mayor. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Everybody calls me cheap. I say I'm thrifty.
All right, this is the Committee on Ways and Means. This is Thursday, February 16, 2017. We're at 6 p.m. I have Councilor McLaughlin.
Here.
I have Councilor Della Sola.
Here.
I have Councilor DeFlorio.
Here.
I have Councilor Matusky.
Here.
We have, well, Mr. President, we do have a quorum.
Can we rise and salute the flag, please?
To the flag, of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, the only piece of business is a letter offered by Councilor Anthony DePiero as president to transfer the amount of $75,000 from the CIP stabilization fund to police technology, the cruiser account.
Councilor DeFlorio, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. How much do we have left in the stabilization fund?
The capital stabilization fund, $2,500,000.
Okay, and we're transferring 75,000.
Yes.
Correct? Now, was this in the capital improvement or no?
It was not. It was never included in the capital improvement. It was originally identified as an earmark through the state's budget that we were going to take in as a grant. That was transpiring after the CIP had already been started and was presented to City Council. It was accepted, and unfortunately, that earmark was unfortunately cut.
Yeah, so originally the state was gonna give you the money.
That is correct.
Okay, thank you. I don't have,
Councilor Della Sola, please.
All right, evening, gentlemen. If this passes tonight and passes in our meeting next week, once you have the money of $75,000, how long is it gonna take to actually see these computers inside the cruisers? Do you have any idea?
We've actually already started the procurement process. This is required to go out to bid. There are a number of items on the state bid list that we could immediately purchase. However, with the chief working with the patrolmen and their IT specialists, they've identified a specific type of technology that they want installed. As such, what we did was we put the specifications together and put it out to bid. Those bids are due into the city next Tuesday. So as soon as we open up the bids, pending city council approval, we'll have all of our I's dotted and our T's crossed, and we'll be able to move extremely quickly.
Do you know how long they last once they're in the cruiser?
I have no information from a technical standpoint as to their duration and expected life.
Would you know if they would be transferred if that vehicle is no longer in use?
They typically are transferred, yes.
Into another vehicle?
They are.
And then we'll get charged to transfer it over, obviously.
There would be installation costs moving the equipment from one cruiser to the next.
Okay. That's it for right now.
Councilor DeFlorio.
thank you, Mr. Chairman. Do these radios have internet? I mean, well, they're actually like computers.
They are.
Okay, so do they need a Wi-Fi attached to them?
Yes, the
they will
Wi-Fi would be
also-
built in.
It will be built in, is there a monthly fee with that?
There will be a monthly fee.
And do you know what that fee is?
We're actually, because we actually are seeking sealed competitive bids, I don't know what the price would
Well,
be.
that was gonna be my next question. I wanna make sure it is secured.
Yes, the requested funds would include the first year of Wi-Fi connectivity fees, and then we will make sure that within the chief's future operating budgets, we'll make sure we'd be making the request within his operating budgets to maintain those annual costs.
But I'm talking about even the Wi-Fi. I wanna make sure that it's secured, that people's, cause when the police officers run somebody's license or whatever, private information comes up, make sure that nobody's able to steal that information?
The computers themselves, yes, are going to be fully encrypted and
Oh, okay.
secure.
All right, very good. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Councilor Della Sola?
Just a comment for the people watching. When we're talking about the computers, what happens is, you can correct me if I'm wrong, if a cruiser's pulling someone over, as of right now, they don't know who's in that vehicle, obviously, when you're pulling someone over. They have to call the station with the plate number. They transfer the information back to the police officer, and that does take a few minutes. This way here with the new computers, as soon as they pull them over, they punch the license plate in the computer, it will come up and let them know if there's a warrant out for this person, or all the information of the vehicle, who owns the vehicle, or is driving the vehicle. Is that correct?
Yes, it will give the officer much quicker information as to the
Response time.
situation that they're currently in. And actually, I see that the police chief has just shown up. If you have any more technical questions, I would recommend that we actually invite the chief up
invite him
to
up.
better answer those technical
Can we
questions.
invite Chief Maisy to join us this evening?
Good evening, everybody.
The couple of questions I asked earlier, was how long did it usually last in the cruisers, the computers?
I can't give a definitive answer on that. We do buy, for police vehicles, we buy tough, it's a term tough book. They're a little more, they're ruggedized computers, not something that you would use in an office setting because of the, offices in and out, equipment banging and so on, and they're in an external environment. We also, nowadays, because they become smaller, can sometimes take them off the mounts and actually take them into a home or onto the street to do work as well. So they are ruggedized, which they're a little more expensive as a result of that as well.
And they'll be updated through the years?
Well, that would be the goal. That would be
Automatically?
the goal. I mean, the goal would be to update them. I mean, as needed. I mean, technology changes rapidly with computers nowadays. But and I heard your last question. I mean, access to information and intelligence is critical today in a timely fashion. The other thing is we're putting more officers on the streets. In the issue of radio traffic right now, as you indicated, yes, an officer has to call in over the radio. It ties up our radio channels. And we want to promote more proactive policing, and the way to do it is give them access to the same information without tying up the radio waves all the time. They can run a plate on something suspicious or something that looks out of place, see who's operating or owns that vehicle, et cetera.
I just popped in my head now, but for the people walking the streets, the police officers, would there be an app or something on the phones to get the same information? Or is that,
No,
there's such thing as that?
not the access of information that we get. We're tied into law enforcement databases that the public does not have access to. We do have an app called My PD app, where people can communicate with our department. They can ask questions. They can send compliments, complaints. They can find out information on who to contact for certain things. They can send anonymous information. That's a free app. My PD app, and the city of Everett has its own. Police department has its own app for that purpose.
I didn't know that. All right, thank you.
And that's on our website, by the way, that My PD app.
Okay.
You can get access to it on our website for a download for Apple or, I believe, Android phones.
All right, thank you.
Excuse with the customary thanks.
I actually have some questions through the chair, if it's okay. Mr. Demas, I'm a little confused by seeing this piece tonight because originally Councilor Del Sol and I had put it before the City Council as a resolution. And then I see it come back as a order from Councilor DePiero as president. What is the reason for the language change on the item? Mr. Riley, do you know? So even if a city council sponsors it, it still comes through as president? Okay. That was sort of just informational purposes, not understanding. Chief, a few years ago, did we have a grant to buy computers and actually purchased vehicle computers several years ago through a state or federal grant?
Over the years, I wouldn't say a few years ago, over the years, we've had opportunities. We've been the recipient of a number of different types of grants, both federal and state. We have purchased technology in the past. Sometimes it has been computers. Sometimes it's been live scan fingerprint systems that we use at our booking room to identify people. Sometimes it's been software, other hardware. We have not had I think the recent group of tough books that we have was through the Metro Boston Homeland Security Region. We do have a number of them right now, but it doesn't meet the needs of, you know, the whole patrol operations in our investigative units currently.
We have a number of them in cruises currently, or?
Not in cruises, but in the hands of investigative people that
Okay.
have a.
So it's like a tablet or something? they
Yeah, like a tablet. That's
Okay.
correct. The goal is to put them in marked units, so
Sure.
they're more mounted.
Okay.
But we've had them in years past, but like I said, technology's changed. They're much smaller. They're a little more efficient, a little faster, and so on.
Okay. Through Mr. Demus, $75,000 covers the whole fleet of vehicles in our police force, or are there certain vehicles that are going to get this technology, or is this a blanketed standard for all vehicles in the police department? Oh, I'm sorry, through Mr.
So we wouldn't put them in every vehicle anyways. We would put them in the vehicles of really line-level officers that are on the streets having the most contact and have the most need. For example, you know, would it be nice to have one mounted in my car? Yes. Do I need it? No. I mean, I have a tablet. I'm on the run all the time. But frontline cruisers, you know, your marked units that are patrolling your neighborhoods, some of the investigative people, the officers that are you know, doing drug and gang investigations, those are the people that we really want to get them in the hands of.
So, Chief, how many vehicles do we have in the force? Would you, roughly, I don't exactly.
I mean, specialty vehicles, you know, admin marked units, you know, patrol wagons. There's a lot. It's probably in the 40s, 40 vehicles.
And half of it will be covered with the 75,000? I'm just trying to base it.
Yeah,
an idea
I
of-
wouldn't say half because, like, again, you're not going to put them in a lot of vehicles. You're not going to put them in a lot of the admin support people, people like myself and other maybe higher ranking command level people. You're not going to put them in like a patrol wagon. You're not going to put them in we have transport vans. You're not going to put them in certain vehicles. You're not going to put them in every, for example, unmarked unit that a detective uses. A detective may have a tablet, but it won't be mounted in his unit. So we're looking, these monies, we're looking to put them in the marked units. And I want to say it'll cover approximately 10 units, which at any given time, 10 units of frontline cars that's a good amount of cars covered. We're probably not putting out 10 units at once of the regular patrol, combined with, for example, K-9 units have them already in their cars. Truck enforcement has them in its car already. But again, over years, we have to upgrade those.
So, Chief, like the vehicle that is down the Gateway Mall on a frequent basis, that's not a mock patrol vehicle?
No, that is a mock, actually, that one had one, I'm not sure, we just, that's a new vehicle, to replace an older one. There's one intended to go in there, I just can't confirm if it's in there yet.
No,
Yeah,
I was
he would
hoping
have
that-
it.
I was hoping that he would have one.
Yeah, no,
because-
he's having a lot of, that officer's assigned to an area that has a lot of public interaction and a need for it. But those are uniform guys, you know, marked units on the streets that are doing a lot of interaction.
That's great. Any of my other colleagues have a question tonight? Excuse with customary thanks.
Favorable recommendation.
Thank you.
On the order, recommended to the next city council with a favorable recommendation.
Second motion.
Second that?
So moved.
Make a motion to adjourn?
All those in favor of the motion in front of us?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion to adjourn?
Two back chambers?
To the
Yes,
back chambers.
exactly. That's right. I forgot this two-part meeting. We're going to adjourn here to reconvene in the back to take care of the rest of the business. Thank you.
Thank you.